All right. Is this working? I'm not entirely sure. Let me know in the comments. If you're watching on a TV, you will not be able to comment, but if you are watching um on a laptop or something, then you can comment and tell me if it's live. But I think I hear it on the TV out there. I think my parents are watching. So this is the first live show. Yeah. Okay, before you jump to conclusions here, I do have a roadmap. I do have general things that I want to talk about here, but essentially it is a much more interactive experience. But like I said, if you're watching on a TV, you can't, um, comment or anything. But if you're watching on a laptop or phone, you can leave comments and I will answer anything if you have questions or if you just want to say something. But let me make sure that the audio is right here. Let me make sure this I just muted it for a second. Sorry about that. All right. I think, how does the audio sound? Let me know, just comment. How does it sound? Does it sound good? If I get really close, is it like unbearable? Wait. My name is Morgan Freeman. Mogan? I said, okay. Okay. Let's get into it here. Not many people are watching right now. Hmm. 2 people. Can I see who's watching? 1 second. No? Okay, that's fine. But I do have general things I want to talk about, so there we go. Hello. All right, let's get to the topics for this. So, well, first off, my Q&A video that I did, there was actually a few questions that I got that I didn't answer, like I just forgot about them. So, I have them here now, so I'm going to answer them now. And these are all from the same person. I'm sorry I didn't answer them. I really am sorry about that. All right. Here we go. Uh, who is your favorite director/directors? Let's see. Okay, well, obviously Spielberg is one of them. That's just obvious. Um, it's hard to choose. I don't think I've seen any Tarantino films. I've only seen one Scorsese movie. Jean Collet Serra, and I think that's how you pronounce his name. I'm pretty sure it's Jean Collet Serra. He's directed a lot of great movies, in my opinion, and I'm actually starting a segment entirely based on him, which I will show you the thumbnails for right now. In fact, I assembled an entire photo album just for this live stream for thumbnails to show you. I don't know if the lighting will adjust, but hopefully it does. All right, so yeah, Jean Collet Serra, he's directed a lot of recognizable titles. I don't know if the lighting is going to adjust. Maybe if I turn down the brightness on the phone itself. Yeah, yeah, there we go. So we have The Commuter, Unknown, Nonstop, The Shallows, and Run All Night. Yeah, Run All Night. Also, now officially on my channel is my review for Lost Season 1, because I finished that the other day. That is also on the channel. And also keep in mind, this is the first live stream I've ever done. So, I mean, on YouTube, I live stream on Instagram quite a bit, but live streaming on YouTube is a different thing because there's just a lot more that goes into it. Like, I can actually hook up this microphone and things like that. But speaking of which, this is on my laptop. This isn't my actual camera, which, by the way, I don't know if I can get it. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to get it, but my actual camera is right there. It's on my bed. It's just out of reach. I can't get it. But yeah, so essentially the main point of this is for you guys to comment. Again, only 2 people are watching right now, and this is supposed to be an hour and a half long stream, so does no one want to join? Or did no one get the notification? Because if no one got the notification, that could easily... I'm gonna send to everyone. I'm gonna send to everyone right now that I am live. Because no one's watching for some reason. No, no. Everyone got the message that it would be, oh wait, 4 people are watching now. Hello, everybody. Okay, 3 people. Just, I mean, what else do you want me to do? I have things that I want to talk about, but I want to wait until more people join. So please join the stream and stuff, you know? Can I say something? Here, I'm going to say something in the comments. There we go. Ask anything in the comments. It's up there now. So who's all watching? Let me know. Just say, you know, because I can't see who's watching. Like, I can go up here. It says 3 people are, but I can't see who those 3 people are. So yeah, let me let's look at the okay. The movie list. Hello, the movie list. Thanks so much for joining, man. What is up? Yeah, same to you. So how's everyone doing? How's your quarantine going? Mine's going pretty well. It's going a lot better than I would have expected it to. There's just I actually do have a lot more to do. Like I'm really getting better with YouTube and being consistent in my uploads and things like that. Improving my background, which by the way, this is not the background that I use in my normal videos. This is just going to be for live streams because my normal videos, the chair's facing that way, and this is like a slanted like point of view type thing. But I can't I can't do that here because there's just not enough room for all the stuff. And my computer was actually too far away. I couldn't like reach out, like I was like stretching way too far. But it's here now, and I think this looks nice. So yeah, just this is basically the thing with live shows. It's basically a Q&A where I also just talk about a bunch of stuff. But what's so great about it is you guys get to like control where the thing goes. I am gonna stop it at an hour and a half, but you guys get to decide what we talk about. You can just ask me questions and, you know, just say things and topics to think. If you just want to like suggest something for me to talk about, if you see a movie back here that you're wondering what it is, you can just tell me to take it out and I'll talk about it. Yeah, so that's basically the gist. So ask away, ask questions, just do whatever. Let's see. Okay, I'm getting notifications here that people are seeing my photo, but there's only 3 people watching right now. Favorite Hitchcock movie? Well. I have the Alfred Hitchcock Essentials collection right here. That's probably why you asked that, right? You saw this back there and that came to your head. These are my top 5 Hitchcock movies. I can't decide the entire order, but the 2 films that I am debating between as my favorite, I can't like, maybe I can, is that, okay. The 2 films that I'm debating between as my favorite are Psycho and North by Northwest, which just so happen to be right next to each other. So let's see here, those 2, Psycho and North by Northwest. I'm debating between those. The Birds poster is, yeah, right here. I love that poster so much. Speaking of which, Hitchcock put his own quote on there, on this poster. It says, "It could be the most terrifying motion picture I have ever made." I disagree. I mean, I love The Birds. It's a great movie, and it's really suspenseful, and it is scary. That scene at the end where the guy is, like, walking outside, and the birds are just everywhere. Like, there's no chaos. They're just all standing on the ground. You can't even see the ground. And he has to walk through them to get to the car. One of the most suspenseful scenes I've ever seen in my life. Like, it scared the crap out of me the first time I saw it. We just got into him. Okay, this is from the movie list. We just got into him and saw Sabotage, To Catch a Thief, and Dial M for Murder. And so far, Dial M for Murder is the best. I love that movie. It's amazing. Believe it or not, I actually haven't seen Dial M for Murder. However, you know, I keep on like looking at okay, this is off topic, but just to preface, I keep on looking at myself, like in the viewfinder when I should be looking at the webcam right here. But yeah, Dial M for Murder, I haven't seen. I'm trying to look at the webcam. I'm sorry. Dial M for Murder is a movie that I actually haven't seen. I really do want to. I think it's a really neat premise. But so far I'm debating between Psycho and North by Northwest as my favorites, which is weird because they're fairly different movies. Psycho is like a psychological horror type thing, and the North by Northwest is like a spy espionage adventure. Like I don't know, but I love both of them. Yeah. So great questions, man. I'm gonna put this back now. I will say the film in this collection that I think is the most underrated, and the film that I think is just overall Hitchcock's most underrated film, is Vertigo. I really enjoyed Vertigo. It was a really good movie. Like, a lot of people think it's really boring, but that just comes with the times. I mean, people today, they're just not as committed. They don't want to look into the art of it. They don't want to like examine the underlying themes, and they don't pay attention to like metaphorical imagery and things like that, which is unfortunate because Hitchcock, if you actually study that film, was trying to express something very deep. All right. Not a fan of Jimmy Stewart, though. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of Jimmy Stewart movies. I do think he's a good actor, and his best performance is probably, wait a second. Jimmy Stewart was Vertigo, right? North by Northwest was Cary Grant. Am I mistaken there? Let me make sure. Ugh, this collection is so... Yeah, North by Northwest was Cary Grant. Yeah, The Bird, I think Vertigo may have been Jimmy Stewart. Jimmy Stewart was also in Rear Window, which is a very close second for my favorite Hitchcock film. I just rewatched it the other day. That is the definition of suspense. Like, I feel like a problem my generation has is they look at those old movies and they're like, oh, black and white. I mean, Rear Window isn't black and white, but they're just like, oh, it's an old movie. It's going to be boring and it's going to be terrible. It's like, we watched To Kill a Mockingbird in my English class after we read the book, and so many people hated it. Not because it strayed from the novel, but just because it was black and white. Like, one of my friends hated it, and I asked her, I was like, what's so bad about it? She was like, it's black and white, and it's like, it's boring, and... As a film buff, you could probably imagine that I got quite upset. I mean, I didn't like lash out. I wasn't like, you're an idiot for not liking To Kill a Mockingbird. Which, by the way, I didn't say that. I thought it, but I didn't say it. I actually got this really cool limited edition steelbook of To Kill a Mockingbird. This was the last one in stock. I'm not even kidding. Like, I looked it up on Amazon.com and it said limited edition steelbook, and I was like, yeah, I'm grabbing that thing. And despite what the pictures may tell you, this is not a colorized version, because there is no colorized version of this film. Very good Blu-ray transfer, though, because a lot of times with older movies, the Blu-ray transfers don't look really good because just because of the film, and they make it like really grainy. And back when they used real physical film, which, by the way, I do prefer actual like physical film over digital. Digital has a lot of benefits, and it does suit it more if you're looking to use like CGI and things like that. But film just has a classic crispness to it, and 35mm is really sharp image quality. Got another question here, but I'm gonna put this back first. Also, if you're wondering, yeah, all my Blu-rays are alphabetically ordered because I'm weird like that. All right, let's see. Here, let me move this forward because I feel like when I get really close, it's like unbearably loud. All right. I never thought black and white. Oh, sorry, the computer's a little far away here. There we go. Ah, you almost fell. Okay, there we go. I never thought black and white derived movies from being good, and I think sometimes in some films it's a better choice, like with Good Night and Good Luck. Yeah, in fact, something about that, not about Good Night and Good Luck, which I haven't seen, by the way, but Psycho. Psycho was originally going to be colorized, and Hitchcock was like, no, we're doing this black and white because it feels much more like seedy and dark, and it really assisted the terror of that film. Or The Invasion of the Body Snatchers. If that was colored, I wouldn't have liked it as much. Me neither. Now, there was a remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers that was colored and was fairly, like, it was actually not too bad in its own right. But the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers, in my opinion, it's a classic, man, and people don't talk about it enough. The use of black and white in Memento was amazing. I completely agree. Memento was such... Man, I love that movie. Not enough people talk about it. Let me bring this back over here. Not enough people talk about Memento. I had heard about it off of some other YouTube channels that were talking about it, and it was actually free on Tubi. So I went and watched it on Tubi, and it just blew me away. It was everything that I'd heard about it was true, and somehow it still surprised me. I love that movie so much. And yeah, the use of black and white was a really smart choice. I'm not sure who directed that film. Let me see. You would think I know that just because, like if I know that Joan Colette Serra directed Run All Night, how do I not know who directed Memento? But I don't. I'm sorry. Let's look this up. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. One person just left this stream. That's probably because they realized how idiotic I am. Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan directed Memento. Okay, I just wanted to point out this idiocracy. I own this, okay? I own this. And I forgot that Christopher Nolan directed Memento. I promise to you, I am a film fan. How did I forget that? Okay, we're moving on now. I don't want to stretch that out too long. And I also dropped my phone in the process. There we go. We're moving on. Just don't think about that. Please don't think about that. All right, just let's move on. Ask some more questions. And I did say that I had topics to discuss because I do. I do have topics to discuss in this video. And we're going to get into those. But again, this is going to be an 1.5 hour long stream. It's an 1.5 hour long show. So I gotta, I don't want to be done, very quick. But I also don't want to be boring. All right. So I actually, like I said before, I assembled a photo album for this live show for things to talk about. Now let's talk about a horror movie, on the topic of Hitchcock. This isn't a Hitchcock film. If you don't know, there is a film directed by James Wan that came out in 2011 called Insidious. And it is one of the most terrifying movies I've ever seen in my life. And I'm planning an analysis video on it right here. The video isn't called This Is Horror. The video is actually called Insidious, How to Scare the Audience or something. I don't know. It's like a video essay type thing. But yeah, I just love that movie. Like Memento and like a lot of those other movies, people don't talk about it enough. It's nothing like Memento, but it's just... There's so many movies that I love that not enough people talk about. And, in fact, there's probably even some more in here, but you guys are probably tired of me turning around and picking in my Blu-ray collection. I went Southern there for a second. That was way too long of a pause. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I love Insidious. If you haven't seen it, it is something that I watch multiple times every year ever since I first saw it. Speaking of which, I have a funny story about that. The place I used to live, it was Halloween, and I can tell you, we used to live up in New York in this little place called Eagle Ridge. It's called Eagle Ridge Village. It wasn't a village. Speaking of villages, The Village is also a very underrated movie, but back to Eagle Ridge. I was 8, maybe? I'm not sure. I was 8, and it was Halloween night, and we were carving pumpkins, and my dad found Insidious on Netflix, and he was like, this movie, really good, it's really creepy, and I was like, yeah, let's watch that scary movie. About halfway through at that scene when they're sitting at the table, I see your question. I'm going to get to in a second, but I want to finish this story. The scene in that movie where the people are sitting at the table and the mother is like talking about a dream she had where she saw the demon in Dalton's room. That part where she opens the door and it creaks, and in the corner you just see this like pitch black silhouette, just this like skinny tall thing, and then like clawed hands, and then when she's like, I asked it what it wanted, and she said, and it said Dalton, and it's like claws just like curled out and pointed at Dalton. But the music cue when she opens the door and it reveals the thing standing there in a wide shot, it's like in the left side of the frame. The music, a very big portion of the scariness of that film has to go to the composer of the score, which, by the way, if you don't know, the guy who composed the score for Insidious is also the guy who played the demon creature. I don't know if you knew that. It's a pretty cool fact. But the music just went like when she opened the door, and I actually imitated that very well. Wow. The vocal capabilities, you gotta have them. I didn't have them a few years ago. If you don't know, I sang in the 6th grade talent show. I've watched that video. My mom recorded that. I went back and watched it actually not too long. Is this plugged in? Okay, yeah, okay. For a second I thought my mic was disconnected. Yeah. Alright, let's get to your questions now. Oh man, Insidious was on Netflix and I honestly didn't like it much. I don't like many horrors besides a few exceptions. That's okay, man. Everyone has their own opinion. I just thought Insidious didn't really do anything new, but James Wan's way of directing it and the opening credits with like the black and white images of their house and the music just like in the letters, like the font, the red. I don't know. I love Insidious. It's always scared the crap out of me, and I think I'm always gonna love it. But if you don't like it, that's fine. A lot of people. I don't know if this is your reason for not liking horror that much, but like some of my friends are like, I don't like horror movies. I hate horror movies, and I ask them why, and they're like, because they're scary. My friend, do you know what a horror movie is? If you're one of my friends who has that viewpoint, who's watching this right now, I'm not knocking you, but like saying that you don't like a horror movie because it's scary is kind of like saying you don't like a romance because it's romantic. It's like, why did you watch it if you didn't want to be scared? I don't know. It's just a little nitpick. Best horror genre is sci-fi action, I think. Yeah, horror is like the most widely varied genre in film. There's like so many subgenres. You got like slashers and aliens and zombies and supernatural things like that. But sci-fi action, have you seen Aliens? Aliens is such a masterpiece of science fiction action and suspense, and Alien is such a masterpiece of science fiction horror. It's just like they don't make movies like that anymore. If someone walked in to an executive's office today with a script like that, saying like the most simple thing, it's like a crew of people on a ship and one alien, they would not get that made. They wouldn't do that today. Everything needs to be a franchise today. Everything needs to be or a spin-off, and I'm not saying that all those are bad. I mean, there's like spin-off shows and movies that are really good. Obviously, I haven't seen Breaking Bad, or Better Call Saul, but Better Call Saul is like a prequel, I think, to Breaking Bad. I'm not entirely sure, and people love that. In fact, the Breaking Bad movie that came out recently about the events a few years after the events of Breaking Bad, El Camino, that movie, people really like that movie too. And I like the Marvel movies, but like every time I go into one, I know exactly what I'm gonna get. They rarely ever surprise me, except with Far From Home. The mid-credit scene in Far From Home really surprised me, and I'm really excited to see where they're gonna take that. Not gonna spoil Far From Home if you haven't seen it, but how is that gonna work? Like, everyone's gonna be after him now. All right, let's look at the James Cameron rocks. I agree. No, I loved Invisible Man, A Quiet Place, and many more. It's just that they usually lack in story and sometimes are very redundant and nothing new. Us. Yeah, okay, so I haven't seen Us. I loved The Invisible Man. If you've seen my review, you know that. I love A Quiet Place. In fact, me and my dad are supposed to be doing a video on A Quiet Place. We were supposed to do that like 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Hmm. It was in preparation for A Quiet Place 2, though, because see, I was gonna go see that with my friends on my birthday. We were so excited, and then this virus had to come in here and just mess everything up. The plague came from rats. AIDS came from apes, I think, and then the coronavirus came from a bat. Maybe it's. Have you seen that show Zoo? Maybe it's like a real life version of that. I think this. Maybe this is the animal kingdom trying to retake their territory or something. Maybe in their minds they're like those humans. They've been the dominant species for way too long. I'm getting very off track here, and I'm missing your comments. Yeah. Which Invisible Man? The one that we watched, the new one, the 2021. I love that one. I haven't seen the original Invisible Man, but I do have it, like the one from the 30s. All right. But movies like Us and Get Out are great horrors, and I'm excited for Candyman. I am also excited for Candyman, even though I haven't seen the original Candyman film, which I'm gonna have to get on that. This Halloween, my Halloween special for last year was kind of lousy. I only did 2 videos. Good videos in my opinion, but this Halloween I'm going to be reviewing a ton of horror movies that people have been asking me what I think. The original Halloween, the new Halloween movie from like 2018, where Jamie Lee Curtis has like like the old Laurie Strode, but she's still like kind of really awesome, things like that. Probably not The Exorcist quite yet. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I can sit through that yet. But yeah, just The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. So yeah. The us in the first comment is a typing error. Oh, sorry about that. Speaking of Us, oh, and Get Out, by the way. Get Out was amazing. I loved Get Out. It was so good. That is a horror movie. You know that movie Ouija, which sucked? Like, that is classified as a horror movie, but it wasn't scary. People have forgotten what true horror is. True horror is like the stuff that could actually happen. And I know there were like supernatural undertones in Get Out, but for the most part, everything in that movie is plausible. And that's what makes it very scary. And Jordan Peele, dude, what is it with comedians being really good with horror? It's like Jordan Peele was on Key and Peele, a comedy skit show, and then he went and did Get Out and Us, like hardcore rated R horror movies. And then what's the other one? John Krasinski. John Krasinski, he was Jim on The Office, and then he starred and directed A Quiet Place. And it was fantastic. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think, in my opinion, for a horror movie to be the horror movies that really scare me are either the ones that could actually happen or the ones that just have really disturbing themes, like Insidious. That movie just has a very invasive thing to it that really gets under my skin. And sorry about that, choked up a little bit. It just has that thing that really gets under my skin, and I don't know, man. It's just really unsettled me. I can't say I enjoyed watching Insidious. It was a very unpleasant experience, but I love that movie, and it's actually surprisable. Love the new Invisible Man, by the way. Yeah, I love it, man. And I actually think it's kind of underrated, even though it has like, what, 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. I gave it an A, which, by the way, if you're wondering, an A on my channel is like a 95%, and then an A plus would be a 100%. Yeah, or like, well, technically 96% to 100 if we're talking about technical grading systems, but I like to keep it much more simple. But yeah. We're having good discussions here. I'm liking this. Is there anything I missed? Oh, this is in one of the comments, but just continuing the general conversation. Hush, that movie is 100% possible, and the events of that film have happened in real life. It wasn't based on a true story, but things like what happened in that movie have happened in real life. You know, like someone in their house and there's like a killer outside circling the house. That's happened, like trapping the person inside. That movie is terrifying, and it should have gotten a theatrical release. I still stand by that. The thing, and it was directed by Mike Flanagan, who after that was offered to direct Doctor Sleep, the sequel to The Shining. The sequel to The Shining. He's also directed some other Stephen King adaptations like Gerald's Game, which I haven't seen, but I really, really want to. It's on Netflix. That'll probably be another movie review I do this coming Halloween. It's just Mike Flanagan is such a good director. Oculus, I think, is still extremely underrated. You want to talk about true horror? Oculus is true horror. A man chaining his wife to a wall while she rips her own teeth out. That's terrifying. It's like it was a movie about like the looming insanity that just starts to take over the parents and the kids having to witness that. It's just really scary. And also, speaking of Mike Flanagan, he also directed the sequel to Ouija. Ouija was awful. I hated Ouija with a burning passion. But the sequel, Ouija Origin of Evil, was actually really good, and a lot of that is due to Mike Flanagan being behind the camera. So yeah, let's move the discussion forward now. What else do you guys want to know? What else do you want to talk about? Because I said I had a lot to talk about, or at least things to talk about in here, but not as much. Let's go over the classic series, actually. If you watch my update video, you will have seen that I'm doing a classic series. So I'm going to show you some of the thumbnails. And speaking of which, these aren't going to be normal movie reviews. These are going to be narration pieces analyzing why they're classics. So we have Jaws, Psycho, and yes, I did make these myself. Do you like the thumbnails? Alien, Scream, which I do consider Scream to be a classic, by the way. That's not relevant. Unbreakable. And yeah, but speaking of which, Unbreakable officially this year, 2020, is going to be a classic. Its release date was like November 14th or something. So on November 14th of this year, I'm going to do my classic series episode on Unbreakable, because apparently for a movie to be considered a classic, it had to have released 20 years ago or more. So yeah. Have you seen the new Capone trailer? I have not seen the new Capone trailer. However, I do find the story of Al Capone extremely interesting. Like, terrible man, obviously, but like, it's just I love things like that. Like, I'm also someone who loves like Forensic Files on Netflix. I watch it quite a bit, actually, probably more than I should. Yeah, let's not dwell on that. But I just find that story really investing, and a flawed character is always a good character. So. How about, could I do a live trailer reaction to that? Like, could I just look it up? I mean, you guys wouldn't be able to see anything, but could I just look it up right here, and I can tell you what I think of the trailer? That's the best way to answer your question. I just look up the trailer and react to it. So let's see. Actually, I probably shouldn't do that, because if there's stuff in this trailer, like stuff people say that's maybe like a little bit questionable, I'm live right now, so I can't take that back. So I'll do a trailer reaction video of it, and then I'll just edit out if there's like any images or things people say that would be considered inappropriate for this channel. Tom Hardy looks amazing, and I actually thought he was great in Venom. Acting-wise, and yes, you should. All right, should react live or should do a trailer? I'm gonna do a trailer reaction video. It's gonna be a separate video. You know, a lot of people gave crap to Venom, but I didn't think it was bad. I mean, it wasn't a great movie by any means. It's not like a masterpiece of writing. It's not even really one of my favorite Marvel Universe films, but for what it was, I thought it was good. It was fun. Tom Hardy was charismatic, and the banter between him and Venom was pretty cool. the scene when Venom takes over Tom Hardy's wife and she, I mean, it was kind of odd, but it was a funny moment, I guess, later on. I'm not sure. Venom at the end, and then we will eat your face, and it's that line though when he's like a turd in the wind. I was like, did he really just say that? Like, someone wrote that, and then it went across a ton of other desks, and it got approved each time, and it was made, and it was filmed, and Tom Hardy spoke it on set, on camera. It happened on planet Earth. That's what I'm gonna say. Why do I keep on doing this? I look weird. Should I sit like this? Should I be like... Maybe I could be like the Godfather, be like, I've been expecting you long time coming. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. What was I talking about? What was I talking about? I completely forgot. Oh my gosh. Hey, we got 6 people watching now. Thanks for watching, guys. That's really cool. Man, we are 36 minutes into this thing. Still got another hour left to go. Maybe I'll stretch it to 2 hours depending on how good the conversation goes. Little thing about these live streams, though, this is like a show. Like, I'm going to be doing this every Saturday. Even when I'm visiting my mom, I can live stream upstairs there and bring my microphone and everything. Speaking of which, how does this microphone sound? Does it sound like the microphone that'd be on my Mac? Or does it sound like this high-grade Blue Yeti microphone? Like, does it sound like really good quality or something? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, let's continue this discussion. Like, any questions you may have, definitely accepted here. Now, at the beginning of the live stream, I mentioned that there was someone who sent me questions for my Q&A video that I forgot about. I didn't forget about the person. I forgot about the questions. And I'm going to answer those. I already answered the first one about who my favorite directors are, and I said Spielberg and Scorsese and Joan Colette-Serra. All right. What's a movie you have never seen that you really want to see? Oh man, where do I start? So many, man. Halloween, the old one and the new one. The Thing, John Carpenter. Basically all the stuff I said before. Obviously a bunch of and movies that I just have to see. Like, I don't know. What's a movie that everyone just kind of has to see? Besides like Jaws and Alien and things like that. I don't know, man. I'm going to go with the original Halloween and John Carpenter's The Thing. Tarantino is my favorite director. Love the style of everything. Believe it or not, I have not seen a Tarantino film. Did I misspeak? Did I say my favorite directors were Spielberg and Tarantino, or did I say Scorsese? Because I meant to say Spielberg and Scorsese because I haven't seen a single Tarantino movie. Again, that'll probably change this year. I'm growing up, I'm gonna watch some more stuff. Probably not Pulp Fiction anytime soon. I don't need to see that movie to know why. Like, I don't even like want to watch that right now. But yeah, so I haven't seen any Tarantino movies. Although Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was supposed to be good, and I do think I am allowed to watch that. So maybe some point this year. I don't know. It's like very long, and normally I don't have a problem with that. But like just the storyline, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I don't know. It probably won't be boring, and I'll probably just love the filmmaking on display. But I'm not entirely sure. So yeah. What else, guys? Like, I don't want to like stop and just wait for another question to come up, because then I'm just like paused until you guys send up a question. I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Man, I really want to see it. I'm glad you liked it, man. Apparently Tarantino's next film is going to be his last film, because apparently he's always planned on only making 10 films in his career. And man, has he been knocking it out of the park, man. But like, what do you think his last movie's going to be? A lot of people have been thinking about like a Kill Bill Volume 3. I personally don't think he's going to do that. He needs to go out with a bang. No, he doesn't. He doesn't want to go out with a whimper. Like, imagine if his last film is his best film. That's That's what I hope it is. I hope his last film is his best film. It's gonna be hard to top a lot of the other ones just based on like, the past times, but like I don't know, like if that were to happen, that'd be so cool. I think it's his best as I have seen all of his. Wow, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, his best movie? That's that's pretty cool. Yeah, man, I'll have to watch it. Wow. Big statement there. It could be anything, but I don't want it to be Kill Bill or Star Trek. Yeah, not Star Trek and not Kill Bill. Not a Kill Bill Volume 3. Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 are where they are. That is what's the word? They stand on their own. They're okay. Just like leave them there. I think the grindhouse thing is played out too. One second. One second. I need to get on that. Grindhouse. Tarantino. Okay. Yeah, that's his movie. I've heard of Grindhouse. I don't know much about it, so I want his last film to have Christoph Waltz because those two are amazing together. Like Inglorious, sorry, word I cannot say. And Django Unchained. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that Django Unchained is like one of their favorite westerns now. A lot of people think it's really underrated, but again, haven't seen it, so yeah. As for Inglorious, how do I abbreviate that? How do I abbreviate that? I don't want to say B-turds because that just that just sounds weird. How about I just say basts? Like I cut it off at bast, and I can just say basts. Inglorious Basts I have not seen. That's so, oh my goodness, I cannot wait until I'm out of high school and I can actually say this stuff. But yeah, supposed to be a great movie. Favorite Western has to be Once Upon a Time in the West. I've heard of Once Upon a Time in the West. There's so many movies I haven't seen, man. It's like, it's really surprising. It's like, I call myself a film buff, I know. Personally, right now, my favorite Western, I mean, you know what it is. It's the cliched pick. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm sorry, it's just every Western after it, there's a reason every Western released after the good, the bad, and the ugly is going to be compared to the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, a lot of the scores and the iconic, like, the whistles and everything, it's iconic, man. I don't know. It's on Netflix, and it is a must-watch. Once Upon a Time in the... Okay, it's on Netflix. I do have a Netflix account, so I will definitely watch that. Thank you, man. Thanks for letting me know that. I will check it out. Maybe today. Who knows? All right, let's see. Unforgiven. I don't think I've heard of Unforgiven. Let's see. You said it's really good? 1992 Western. Directed by Clint Eastwood. I mixed it up. It's like Clint Eastwood, but I took the E from Eastwood and put it in Clint, and then I took the int in Clint and put it in Eastwood. So I said Clint Eastwood. Directed by Clint Eastwood. Yeah, man. Unforgiven? Sure. Where can I watch it? Let's see. Where is it available? It's available on Philo with a subscription. It's fine. I can watch it on Amazon, or maybe I'll buy the Blu-ray. Who knows? Love Clint. Yeah, man, I love Clint Eastwood too. He's so good. Academy Award winner. Has Clint Eastwood won Academy Awards? You know, his newest film, The Mule. I did not see it. It got kind of bad reviews. People didn't really like it. But then again, there are some people out there that say it's really underrated. It's Clint Eastwood in a Western. I think that already it gives points. So yeah, has Clint Eastwood won an Oscar? Let's see. Million Dollar Baby. Yeah, I've heard of Million Dollar Baby. One of my favorite YouTubers said that that movie like made him straight up bawl, like just tears. Yeah, wow. He's won a lot of awards. He won Best Picture for Million Dollar Baby, Best Director for Million Dollar Baby. Not sure what that award is. Best Picture for Unforgiven and Best Director for Unforgiven. And yeah, wow. He's also been he was nominated for Best Picture for American Sniper, nominated for Best Picture for Letters from Iwo Jima, nominated for Best Director for 4 Letters from Iwo Jima, nominated for Best Actor in Million Dollar Baby, nominated for Best Picture with Mystic River, nominated for Best Director with Mystic River, nominated for Best Actor for Unforgiven. Wow! I did not know any of that. I call myself a movie buff, I know. Unforgiven and Million Dollar Baby. I haven't seen either of them, but I know that both of them are amazing, and I do need to watch them. Yeah, so a little segment here. Someone sent me this thing called the 30-day film challenge, and it's 30 questions about film that you answer over a course of 30 days. But you know what? I'm gonna answer them all here, and you guys also get to answer them in this live stream. Because, you know, it's just cool. It's the interaction. I'm gonna give you guys about 5 minutes to like send in your answers, and then we can talk about it, and then we'll move on to the next question. We will move on to the next question. Million Dollar Baby is exhausting. Yeah, the thing about that, there's a lot of movies that are just like just like so sad and just like emotionally draining, but that doesn't mean they're bad. Like, I'm trying to think of an example. I haven't seen the movie Blue Valentine with Ryan Gosling and Michelle Williams. It's supposed to be an incredible film, but an extremely depressing watch. Yeah, so do you think Million Dollar Baby is good, or do you not like it? Like, what's the thing there? But moving on to this 30-day film challenge, what is the most recent film you have watched? The most recent film I watched, and I was actually watching it while this live stream was loading up, Signs. I was watching Signs up here. Ugh, let me get it out, because I just have to. I'm all about the ambiance. Right there. Signs, extremely underrated. Incredible movie. I love it. I was watching it. In fact, the Blu-ray's still in there. Right there. Yep. So yeah, Signs was the most recent film I was watching. Sabotage 1936 by Alfred Hitchcock. All right. And anyone else? What is the most recent film you have watched? There are 6 people watching right now, but only 2 have been commenting. Come on, you other 4 people, you guys can comment too. These questions are for you too. Most recent film you have watched. Casino Royale, that's right, because I'm rewatching the Craig movies and we were watching Casino Royale. Yep. All right, next question. Love that. Yeah, man, Casino Royale, best Bond movie, period. Just period. There's no competition, and if there was to be competition, maybe GoldenEye. I don't know. GoldenEye is really good, and I like it, but like, I don't know. I don't know if it can compete with Casino Royale. You know, a James Bond movie that's really underrated in my opinion, and that just was kind of ahead of its time, was License to Kill. I actually liked License to Kill because James Bond in that film was more the character that Ian Fleming created in his original novel. A hardened, cold killer, which is also the same version in Casino Royale, just that personality. Casino Royale was kind of like the Batman Begins for Bond. I mean, not necessarily an origin story, because he is already an assassin in that movie, but like the opening scenes in black and white, where he has to commit his first murder, like his first kill. Really powerful stuff. Oh my goodness, and that thing where like the classic Bond intro that it skips over for a little bit, and then like the dude's, it looks like he's dead, but he comes back. Bond turns around and shoots, and there's the circle, and that's when the classic Bond intro pops up. Great stuff. The competition is Skyfall, so cough. Daniel Craig is best Bond, cough, but Royale still the best. Yeah, I've only seen Casino Royale. That's the only Craig movie I've seen, so I have to watch Quantum of Solace, Spectre, and Skyfall. Actually, no, Skyfall came before Spectre, I think. So yeah, I gotta watch all of them, man. Craig is definitely the best Bond. Yeah. I've only seen Casino Royale with his movies, and already easily the best Bond. All right, next up here. A film that starts with the first letter of your name. Well, my name is Xavier, and the first letter of my name, therefore, is X. What are movies that start with X? I know this might technically be cheating, but let me see. Wait, no. Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage. Bam. Haven't seen it, but it's Triple X. It's not... in the title, it's not triple. It's literally just XXX. But people call it Triple X, so Triple X. Haha. Figured it out. Oh my gosh, why am I so stupid? First, I forget that Christopher Nolan directed Memento, and then I forget about X-Men. It's literally called X-Men. My nickname for the longest time was X-Man. How did I forget? Dang it! Quantum of Solace is bad, but it had a reason. The whole writers thing going around during that time. So, a movie partially written by Daniel Craig, not good. Yeah. There was a writer's strike going on, and they still made the movie. It's like, they should have just canceled it and waited. Like, in my opinion, you know? I mean, maybe we wouldn't have, it's just, the thing about, I haven't seen Quantum of Solace, but Casino Royale is the best Bond movie of all time, and you're gonna follow that up with Quantum of Solace. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Really good dialogue on the train, though. Yeah, I haven't seen Quantum of Solace. We will probably be watching it within the next couple days after I finish Casino Royale. But yeah, I know there are good things in that movie, and apparently some of the action is supposed to be kind of impressive, like with the practical stuff. But yeah. Wonder Woman, because I don't know any other movies that start with a W, and when I find out, I'll be hating myself for it. Wonder Woman. Yeah, the question was movies that start with the first letter of your name. Wonder Woman right here. Love this movie. Probably my favorite DCEU film. My favorite DC film is easily Joker, but it's not in the DCEU. This was a standalone thing, but it is DC. You got the DC logo right there. But my favorite DCEU film is easily Wonder Woman. And now I have to put these back. I forgot where this was. I think it was right there. Because again, all this stuff is alphabetically organized, so. There we go. Alright. Lost Boys original. I've heard of Lost Boys. Man, I keep on saying that like you guys say movie titles and then I say I've heard of that, but I haven't seen Lost Boys. You know, with you what was that like 80s movie that was kind of like The Abyss? Leviathan. There's a movie called Leviathan in the 80s that starts with an L. The Dark Knight was better, as it's my second favorite movie because Goodfellas is too good. And that takes number one, but I loved Joker. Yeah, the thing with the Heath, we're doing this. We are taking a moment of memory. Heath Ledger was an incredible actor, iconic, just completely iconic. And here's the thing: a lot of people have asked me which Joker do I think is better. Do I like Joaquin Phoenix's or Heath's better? I don't think that's a fair question because for most of Joker, the movie Joker, Joaquin Phoenix isn't the Joker yet. He's Arthur Fleck. He's not the Joker until like the last act, like the last 30 to 40 minutes. So, and plus they're two really different Jokers. Because the Joker, like even when Joaquin becomes the Joker, or when Arthur becomes the Joker in Joker, he's still like coming right off of the tragedy that we followed him through. So he's not going to be full-fledged Joker, although him on the Murray Show, man, that shot. Okay, spoilers for Joker, but I'm guessing everyone here has seen it. That shot, that bang, like after he delivers that line, is like, what do you get when you cross a mentally ill loner with a society that abandons him and treats him like trash? You get what you deserve. But that, like, when he pops De Niro in the head, the first time I saw that, I was like, what? Because the movie was foreshadowing that he was gonna kill himself, which I didn't necessarily think that would happen. I didn't expect he would kill De Niro, though. That was really surprising. But back to Heath. Heath is probably, like, he is my favorite full-fledged Joker. Like, you can tell he has been the Joker for a long time. Joaquin is my favorite portrayal of, like, a newborn Joker, if that makes sense. Speaking of this Dark Knight trilogy Blu-ray set, taking off the slipcover here, it actually came with a ton of really great posters. Yeah, you got Joker, Harvey Two-Face, Ra's al Ghul, right? And this is Bane. Bane, and article that Christopher Nolan wrote himself. All right, I'm missing some comments here. Too bad we can't buy 10 Things I Hate About You. Oh, dude. I love 10 Things I Hate About You. I'm such a sap. I don't know. I mean, if this thing right here doesn't prove that, I don't know what could. Heath Ledger, because it's accurate. The Count of Monte Cristo is fantastic. I missed a lot of comments. I mean, Joker was a cover-up for more people to watch a great movie about mental illness and a rough life, because it wasn't. But if it wasn't called Joker, nobody would watch it. My point exactly. I'm guessing you're referring to Taxi Driver, which I actually know someone who really doesn't like Taxi Driver that much and thought that Joker was better than Taxi Driver. It might seem crazy. I don't know. I haven't seen Taxi Driver, but people have their own opinions, and that's the beautiful thing about film. It is how subjective it is. Yeah, that's the thing. And there's a quote, and I can't quote it exactly, but there is a quote by Todd Phillips where he was basically saying, he talked about a direction that he gave Joaquin Phoenix. He was like, the main direction he gave him was, we are making a real film here disguised as a comic book movie. A lot of people have said Joker isn't a comic book movie, though, because it's not like all these other comic book movies. But think about that. Comic book movie has developed this thing where it's like Marvel would be comic book movies, like lighthearted fun. But if you look at a lot of comic books, they are very dark. Have you read The Long Halloween, the Batman comic book? Talk about dark, man. I mean, geez. The Killing Joke movie sucked. The comic was amazing. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like Joker is probably a very accurate comic book movie if we're talking about like the heart of comic books, which is the dark undertones within them. Joker is a very dark film and darker than a lot of comic books about the Joker, but I don't know. I would still call it a comic book movie. I mean, Taxi Driver is basically way more rated R version of Joker. Joker is Taxi Driver and the King of Comedy, arguably De Niro's best. Haven't seen Taxi Driver or King of Comedy. I think I can watch King of Comedy, so I might get on that. The Long Halloween is my favorite comic, but I'm currently reading Watchmen, which just might take over the crown. Dude, I gotta talk about Watchmen on this channel, man, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. I have to talk about Watchmen. Oh, look, someone else. Joker movie. They were checking people for weapons that were coming into the theater. Dude, the whole controversy with the Joker movie is it's just so stupid. Just stop. Just stop. I mean, please. Please. People, and the whole thing with, like, white supremacy, like, it was like, the whole thing, like, people were like, Joker is promoting white man violence and things like that. And I don't like this. It's like this white dude and he's going around, he's killing people. Okay, yeah, you'll watch Joker about a white man who goes off the deep end and starts killing a bunch of people, but then you go see John Wick and everyone's hooting and hollering when he's going around killing many, many more people who are innocent, I might add. I don't get it. Speaking of which, I love John Wick. I'm just saying it's really hypocritical in my opinion. I don't know. Yeah. Speaking of which, I did a video on Joker called Joker: The Ultimate Tragedy. I'm very proud of it. Quite high art in my opinion. But yeah, that's on the channel right now. It's just so dumb. I mean, you see like the craziest headline. I'm not even kidding when I tell you this. I saw a headline that literally said, "White man found joking." No. Sorry, the word Joker is in my head, but the headline was literally, "White man found smoking near a theater showing Joker." I will also add that this theater was in New York City. Any other day when a white man is smoking near a movie theater, no one cares. But when Joker is in theaters and a white man is smoking next to a theater showing Joker, the connections people make is so ridiculous, and it's really denoting to the filmmakers because they really put passion into that project, and it's being clouded by this pre-release hysteria and this unnecessary controversy. It's just so dumb. It's dumb. Just stop. Just go and watch the movie and judge it as a movie. We don't have to make everything so political and things like that, you know? Yes? Sorry, I thought someone knocked on my door for a second. Movies are just getting way too political, and it's really... I don't know. I wouldn't say Joker was too political. I mean, obviously there were political undertones. I mean, Parasite won Best Picture, and that had some really, really apparent political undertones. If a movie handles it right, like if it doesn't feel like it's preaching to you, you know, like it doesn't feel like it's hammering a message over your head, then I think it's okay. But in the case of Joker, it's like that's how you do political messaging right. It's obvious, but it doesn't feel like it's preaching to you, like, this is right, and if you don't subscribe to these beliefs, you are a horrible human being. Like, there are some movies that do that, and it's just like, it's way too much. Just go to a movie and judge it as a movie. Don't judge it as a political piece. It's stupid. It's really denoting to many artists out there. Wow, it's already been an hour. Yeah, man, I'm looking up here. It's past an hour. It's an hour and 3 minutes. Things like that. Yeah, so that's pretty surprising. Let's go back to the 30-day film challenge. Let's get back to movies here. I'm sorry. I get really passionate about that type of discussion stuff, and I like having in-depth discussions. Let's get back here. A film with more than 5 words in the title. Easy. The Dark Knight. There. Done. Oh, 5 words! I was thinking 5 letters. The Perks of Being a Wallflower. That is a movie with more than 5 words in the title. A film you never get tired of watching. A film you never get tired of watching. My Friend. Nightcrawler. I could rewatch Nightcrawler over and over again on constant replay until the day I die. I love this movie. I love Nightcrawler. I love Nightcrawler. Yeah, Birds of Prey and the oh man, I forget the title already. Birds of Prey and the Fabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. Dude, insanely long title, but at the same time, it's kind of amazing. Top Gun, I can watch that all day, every day. That's a good choice. A film that puts you in deep thoughts. I have like all of these. I actually have a few here that I'm gonna pull out. Man, I have so many. So many movies that put me in deep thought. Pretty much almost every single one I own. All right, you want a movie that puts me in deep thought? I have a ton right here. The Breakfast Club, Joker, Signs, The Silence of the Lambs, 127 Hours, La La Land, John Wick, believe it or not. There's actually a really well-told tragedy in this film that people don't pay enough attention to. Collateral, and Hannah. All those movies just... they're so thought-provoking. Like, you just think about it, and, yeah. Passion. Yes, I did also recently watch Passion of the Christ, and regardless of whatever belief system you're subscribed to, you can't deny that that is a heavy movie. It doesn't matter if you're in that system or not. It's just like, it's an experience, you know? It's like, I don't know. I do wish someone else had directed it, and I'm not talking about the violence. It's just, I don't know. Mel Gibson, who I do think is a great director. I mean, Hacksaw Ridge poster right here. But I don't know. I feel like if someone like, I don't know. I do think it was a very well-directed movie. I just think someone else should have directed it. Now let's see. Hannah is sneaky good. Yeah, I love Hannah. Not enough people talk about it. Any war movie hits my heart. My Friend. This was a movie I forgot to pull out for thought-provoking stuff. 1917 was so amazing, incredible, just incredibly made. Went on a little stick there. Yeah, I love 1917, dude. That also, the end of 1917, when, I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but at the end when he has to tell someone something and the dude's reaction, it's like, ugh, you know, like, it just hits you right there. Hacksaw was awesome. Yeah, I love Hacksaw Ridge. Again, similar to Passion of the Christ, you don't necessarily have to be subscribed to that belief system to love the movie, because it's not commanding you. It's like, if you don't believe these things, you're a bad person. It's simply a portrayal of a man who had those beliefs, and it is an incredible true story. Good Morning Vietnam, Saving Private Ryan. Good Morning Vietnam had a great soundtrack, really told the story. Haven't seen Good Morning Vietnam, but I love Robin Williams, and I'm going to do my Good Morning Vietnam impression of him. Good Morning Vietnam! Probably very bad, really bad. Speaking of Saving Private Ryan, where is it? There it is. Great Blu-ray transfer for Saving Private Ryan. My grandma got that for me, so thank you very much. I don't know if you're watching this right now, but if you are, you know, more power to you. Can I watch this live stream on my phone? Well, actually, we should be moving on to the next question. A film that makes you depressed. My friend, The Elephant Man. Have you seen The Elephant Man? And it's a true story, too. Oh, gosh. That movie is so sad, but it's so amazing as well. La La Land, not going to spoil it for you, but the ending of La La Land just... ugh. Okay, yeah. Let's move on. Yeah. Yeah, I understand why a lot of people don't like want to watch depressing movies, but I just think there's like you can find some really great storytelling in them. A film that makes you angry. A film that makes me angry as in like a movie that's so bad that it makes me angry, or like a movie that makes me angry, like that just makes me really angry at the antagonist. Whiplash, better W movie. Yeah, yeah, with the whole W things. You summer is almost here. You told me last summer that I could watch it this summer. So you and me in May, when summer starts, maybe we'll get it on Amazon. Maybe I can order the Blu-ray and we can sit down and finally watch that movie. Same dude who did La La Land, and I loved La La Land, obviously. I gave it my highest grade. But back to a movie that makes me angry. Batman Forever. Dude, do you know what movie makes me angry? That it was even made, but also is like hilariously bad? Batman and Robin. I discovered Batman and Robin through a segment that Stuckman does, like Hilariosity, that I did with John Flickinger. That's when I was first introduced to Batman and Robin. And then when I finally watched it on Hulu, I don't know why I did, but I did. That movie just makes me so angry. Just the fact that it was even. And what is George Clooney doing up there? Like, every Batman has a cool way of saying they're Batman. In Batman '89, Michael Keaton grabs the Joker and he's like, "I'm Batman." And Batman Begins. Christian Bale pulls the guy on top of the car and he goes, "I'm Batman." It's like, dude, it's amazing. But then George Clooney's up in there like, "Hi, Freeze. I'm Batman. I'm Batman." And what is it with the bat? You know, it's like, what the heck? Star Wars prequels irritate me. Here's the thing about the Star Wars prequels. Overall, I don't like that trilogy. Phantom Menace isn't a horrible movie, but I do think it's bad. Attack of the Clones, I think, is a terrible movie. I could never rewatch Attack of the Clones. I could rewatch Phantom Menace if I had to, or if I were to review it, I would. Yeah, I would definitely rewatch Phantom Menace, and then Revenge of the Sith. I actually legitimately like. There's a lot of terrible acting and a lot of bad writing, but overall, I like Revenge of the Sith. I didn't think it was that bad. Not gonna lie, I actually like the Phantom Menace. Yeah, see, I just said that the Phantom Menace is bad, but I'm kind of hiding that there are things that I really like. I mean, the final lightsaber battle with like Darth Maul and you know Obi-Wan and things like that. It's like that was really, really good. Like that was surprisingly good. We were talking about Insidious earlier. Darth Maul kind of looks like the demon in Insidious, or I guess Demon Insidious kind of looks like Darth Maul. That's a lot funnier when you think about it. With Insidious, it's like Darth Maul is haunting this little boy. I don't know. The Social Network emotionally makes me mad because of Justin. Oh yeah. I haven't seen The Social Network. It's on Netflix, and I will definitely check it out. Oh, we were just talking about The Elephant Man for movies that make me depressed, but it also makes me mad. The way people mistreat that man in that movie just enrages me. Like I'm just like, you know, uh, even just thinking about it right now, I'm like getting red. I'm like, man. All right. Next up, what's the next one? A film that makes you happy. A film that makes me happy. Well, here's the thing. La La Land made me happy until the final 20 minutes. Let's see. Oh man. Super 8. Super 8 just when I finish watching Super 8, I just have just such a feeling of like renewed joy. I feel like a reborn, like a born again person. I don't know. Super 8 really makes me happy. I just relate to it so much. So underrated. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go with that. What about you guys? What movie makes you happy? The Other Guys makes me happy no matter what. I haven't heard of The Other Guys. Let's see. Die Hard. Die Hard makes you happy? Hmm. Interesting. Very interesting. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I don't know. A film that makes you uncomfortable. Man, I don't want to say movie titles that I've been talking about for a while. Like, I wanted to say Insidious or Joker, because those things make, like, it. There are some hard stuff to watch, but The Silence of the Lambs. The Silence of the Lambs really got under my skin and made me extremely uncomfortable. Just so exploitively, just like invasively uncomfortable. And I adored it. I adored it so much. My review for that will be up in my classic series soon. Carriers from 2009, so underrated but so uncomfortable. I've seen, right? I think I've seen Carriers. Let me see. Yeah, yeah, Carriers, man. Oh, dude. How did I forget about Carriers? Oh my goodness, that is a very underrated movie. But as we've been saying, very uncomfortable to watch. A film that is personal to you. Well, I just talked about Super 8. That film is very personal to me. But as far as a film that hits like really close to home, or a film that's just like, or a film that I don't necessarily relate to very much, but it's like really special for me. Unpopular opinion here. Divergent. The first Divergent movie, I love. I relate to it so much. It's just like the character of Triss and her journey. You know, like wanting to be something you're not just so that you get the recognition that you deserve, but not being recognized for the things that you want to be recognized for. Just it's such a relatable thing, and like I love the first Divergent movie. Haven't seen Insurgent or Allegiant, but I the first Divergent movie is really personal to me. I really like it. There are some weak elements. It's not a masterpiece by any means, but I love it. Step Brothers is also great in that genre. Jurassic Park. I was reading a comment. I wasn't. Jurassic Park because it's the first movie I ever saw and owned, though I turned to a digital guy so quickly. I just think physical media isn't as good as digital. Ha! Woo! Mm. Disagree, man. I'm sorry. I know you can but hey, this is the fun part, right? We get to disagree and we get to have a nice lively discussion. Um the thing with digital for me is if you purchase a movie on digital and you download it, then you don't have to worry about bandwidth and it looks great. But that also takes up a lot of storage. So you can't download like a ton of movies on digital because then all your storage will be used up. And like the thing with me is I watch movies all the time, almost daily, and I love movies and it's like I don't know. Like the other day there was a really bad storm and the internet was really bad and I couldn't stream movies on Netflix or anything. But I had my physical media with me, you know? I had my physical media to put it in there. So the thing with that for me, physical media is just always going to have a special place in my heart. I'm really trying to collect because we got to be honest, it is dying out. But I personally prefer physical media, but that's cool, man. If you prefer digital, digital has a lot of advantages too. Some of the documentaries on Netflix that stream in 4K, it looks amazing. Those are incredible. All right, next up, your favorite childhood movie. Wait, okay, one second. I know, but I love renting films and it's so easier and cheaper, but I still love to have physical media in movies I have, just not a big collection. All right. A film, your favorite childhood movie. Well, it's kind of hard to say because I'm not a young child, but I still have a few more years to go before I'll be considered an adult. You could say I'm still this might be childhood. I don't know. I don't know. Jurassic Park, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah, those are good choices. It's just hard for me because like I love those movies, but like a movie that I grew up with. Like I'm thinking of a movie that like when I'm like 25, I'm thinking of a movie that I'll look back on and think, man, that was just I don't know. I don't know. Hmm. I don't know. That's really hard. Let me see. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's hard for me. I can't choose. I'm sorry. I can't choose that. I can't. I can't. A film starring your favorite actor or actress. Nightcrawler stars Jake Gyllenhaal, my favorite actor. Yeah. What about you guys? A film that stars your favorite actor or actress. La La Land stars Emma Stone. She's one of my favorite actresses. Can I pause the stream? Like, is that an option here? Casino Royale. Yeah, Casino Royale. Daniel Craig. Is Daniel Craig your favorite actor? Let me know. 300. Who? I feel dumb for asking this question, but who is in 300 again? Let's see. Cast. Gerard Butler. Right. Yeah. How did I forget that? Gerard Butler. I don't really have a favorite actor. I just say Christian Bale because he's hardworking and he was Batman, duh. So I go with The Dark Knight. All right, yeah, great choice. Christian Bale is a great actor. He's my favorite Batman. Um, yeah. All right, next. I actually thought Daniel Craig was the best actor of the 2010s. So good choice, man. He's a fantastic actor. You know an actor that doesn't get enough credit? Simon Pegg. Have you ever seen The Shaun of the Dead? That is a comedy, but there are moments in that movie where he actually shows that he's a really good dramatic actor, and with some of the Mission Impossible films as well. He's a good actor. He doesn't get enough credit. A film by your favorite director. Well, I said earlier that my two favorite directors are Spielberg and Scorsese. So with Scorsese, The Irishman with Spielberg. Oh my goodness, where do I start? Jaws, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Jurassic Park. I do like The Lost World, despite what many people have told me. Duel. A lot of people don't know about Duel. It was Spielberg's first film. It was aired on TV, and it was so good and so well received that some local theaters actually played it in the theater. So, yeah. Terminator was Cameron, right? Let me look. Are you talking about the first Terminator or T2? Or were they directed by the same person? Yeah, Terminator was James Cameron, and so was T2, right? T2 was Cameron. Yep. Haven't seen Terminator or T2 yet. That was another thing. So many stuff I haven't seen. Yeah. T2 was better though. You know, I was recently watching Scream 2, don't ask. Um, I like that movie. And there's a scene where these kids are in a film class and they're talking about how sequels are always bad, you know, like there's no good sequels. And then one kid's like, name one sequel that's better than the original. One person said Aliens, another person said T2. Someone said House 2, the second story. Fun story behind the movie House. When I was very young, I was visiting my grandparents up in Ohio, and we were and my grandfather put on a scary movie, and it was called House. And I was like, this will be so cool. And we started watching it, and it was so disturbing, and I was like way too young for it. And then last month I rewatched it because obviously I'm much older now, and it's still really disturbing, but it's actually a pretty good horror film. And I haven't seen House 2, and I don't have any plans to. You know, Scream 2, not better than the first Scream, but it doesn't get enough credit. All the with Sydney being in like the theater department and stuff, those scenes kind of drag, but other than that, I thought it was a pretty solid horror film. It did kill off my favorite character though. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Like I'm not going to tell you my favorite character because then that'll spoil Scream 2 for you, but they killed him off. Randy. What? Didn't say anything. Sound like I said Randy for a second. Blade Runner 2049 was better than Blade Runner. I think Blade Runner 2049 is a sci-fi masterpiece. I haven't seen the original Blade Runner. I do plan to, but I heard that Blade Runner 2049 was amazing. I know some people really don't like it. In fact, I know one person watching this stream who doesn't like Blade Runner. All right, next question here. Your favorite film series? Dude, stop. I don't know. I'll tell you one of my favorite film series. Call me a nerd, I don't care. Call me a geek, I don't care. I love all of these movies. I think all of these movies are great, even the ones people said weren't the best. I like them. I really do. As far as film series goes, Harry Potter has to be the most consistent, right? I mean, because the James Bond franchise has had some terrible movies. The Mission Impossible franchise has had Mission Impossible 2, which was in fact terrible in my opinion. But the Harry Potter series, that's an 8-movie series, and they're all great. Again, it's all subjective in my opinion. They're all great. I don't think there's another movie series that is that consistent. Fast and Furious sounds like something a buff wouldn't say, but they're straight up fun and awesome. Yeah. Have you seen Fast 5? Dude, like Fast 5 I think might be my favorite Fast and Furious movie. I haven't seen Hobbs and Shaw, but Fast 5 is just like the definition of like mindless entertainment. It is so fun. So fun. Avengers, the first Avengers movie, it's a really fun, you know, action-packed blockbuster, but it's actually a genuinely like not it's actually a pretty good like film, like under the surface. Thor, yeah. The first Thor movie I actually really like. Thor: The Dark World, not so much. My thoughts on Thor: The Dark World are kind of the same thoughts that I have on Iron Man 2, where I don't think it's terrible, but it's not good. It's just not. Speaking of which, this stream has been going for almost an hour and a half, and I said it was an hour and a half show. I like our discussion though. I may stretch it to 2 hours. I actually really like doing this stream. Yeah, definitely. Speaking of which, if you're not able to watch the whole stream, it automatically uploads to the channel afterwards. So if you want to go back and watch it, just in case you missed something. Thor's bad besides Ragnarok, but the Captain America trilogy is the best MCU trilogy. Captain America: The Winter Soldier was incredible. I loved The Winter Soldier. I also love Civil War. Captain America: The First Avenger I thought was pretty good. Yeah, so good choices. I did really like Thor Ragnarok. But as for my favorite film series, I'm going to go with the Harry Potter series, just because I think it's the most consistent. A film that changed your life. Huh, a film that changed my life. Man, I've had films that hit me really deeply, but I've had films that have hit me really deeply, but like a film that changed my life. Man, the mate. That's a good choice. The Matrix is a fantastic film. Definitely changed my viewpoint on action films. I love The Matrix. Um, a film that genuinely changed my life, though. See, for me, the criteria there is a film. The criteria there is a film that like made me rethink my life and made me want to like right some wrongs within myself, like really deep personal stuff that I obviously won't get into. Ah, man, that is a hard choice. That is so hard. I don't know. um, there's films that I want to say, like I want to say, like Breakfast Club and Super 8 and La La Land, but like they didn't change my life. They definitely floored me, and I love those movies with a passion. But like, as far as changed my life, The Godfather changed a ton about how I see movies, acting, directing, and story. And since I strive to be a director, probably Godfather. Another movie I haven't seen, man. I know, right? How can I say I'm a movie fan when I haven't seen Halloween, Terminator, T2, The Godfather, The Thing? Like, how can I say I'm a film fan if I haven't seen those movies? Man. Ugh. Ugh. Uh, Unbreakable. Thanks so. Oh. Yes, dude. Finally someone talks about Unbreakable. Definitely my answer. Unbreakable, dude. Dude. Where is it? Where is it? I have it. Where is it? Where is it? I have that entire trilogy on Blu-ray. I have Unbreakable, Split, and Glass. Haven't seen Glass yet, but I adore Unbreakable, and I loved Split. Where's that collection? Oh, there it is. I must be blind. Yeah, right here. Unbreakable. I would say that changed my life. That movie just floored me. I loved it. Call me, I don't know, call me whatever you want. Split, I love. That was like true suspense, man. And I haven't seen Glass yet, but I will definitely get on that. Let's move on to the next thing. I'm holding this like really close to my face. A film by a deceased director, Psycho, Alfred Hitchcock. That's like no, but that's like the easy pick though. Scream by Wes Craven. He was such a talented director. Scream does not get enough credit. The way it parodied the genre, yeah, there's that, but it was actually a genuinely like scary movie, and the body count is pretty high when you really start to think about it. Dial M for Murder, yeah. A film you saw in theaters, The Invisible Man. I got to see The Invisible Man in theaters, and man, that sound design, it was like Dolby Digital surround sound. It was like the best surround sound you could ever imagine, and yeah, seeing that in the theater, I'm glad I got to see that in the theater. It wasn't the same on streaming. Upgrade. You told me that you didn't really enjoy Upgrade. Haven't seen Upgrade yet. By the same guy who did Invisible Man, by the way. Haven't seen Upgrade, but I will at some point, obviously. A film set in another area, Little Women. I actually did see Little Women. I didn't review it. I actually kind of love that movie. It was in a time when like so many movies feel the need to be like really dark and gritty. And don't get me wrong, I love dark and gritty movies. Hello, I said Joker was my favorite DC film, but in a time when like every movie feels the need to be like that, it was really refreshing to see a movie like Little Women that has like sad stuff in it, but it wasn't focused on exploitation. It was just a really pleasant experience. So I really liked that movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Black Klansman, Joker. So many can't choose. Yeah, Joker is also set in another era. Haven't seen Once Upon a Time yet or Black Klansman. I will. Black Klansman, that's like a must for me. I need to see that. A film that is visually striking. Dude, any film by Roger Deakins, man. 1917, the way they were able to make that look like one shot. Mission Impossible Fallout, visually striking whether you like the movie or not. Even Jurassic Park. People don't focus on the cinematography of Jurassic Park that much, but it was really good. Blade Runner 2049. Dude, there's a reason why Roger Deakins won an Oscar for that movie. Unbreakable actually has some great cinematography too. Signs, we were talking about that earlier. Great cinematography. Whether you like this movie or not, Ghost in the Shell, even if you think it's a terrible movie, you can't deny that it is still visually striking. And I'm talking about the live action one, by the way. I haven't seen the original anime. I don't... There's a ton of visually striking movies, man. The Shallows, not enough people talk about that. Not the best movie ever, but it is visually very impressive. Interstellar. I was thinking of that. I was thinking of the movie, and I was like, what's that Nolan movie where it's like with the amazing score and everything? And I was thinking, but yeah, Interstellar. I need to rewatch Interstellar. I haven't seen that in a couple years. It's been like 2 years. Wow. And I think we have it on Blu-ray, by the way, so if we can find that, that'd be great. Your favorite animated film. You are going to laugh at me because I'm at the age I am and I about to show you my favorite animated film. You know what? I don't care. I will say this with the utmost confidence. Zootopia. I said it. I love Zootopia. I did. I paid $24 for this Blu-ray. I don't care. Favorite animated movie. I know you got Lion King, Beauty and the Beast. No. Beauty and the Beast is great. The original. Remake. Yeah, I love Beauty and the Beast. Original Lion King is the best. Yeah, dude, the original Lion King is incredible. I love it. As far as like when it comes to best, because the question was favorite. When it comes to best, I recognize that Lion King may be better than Zootopia. But when it comes to personal favorite, sorry, I just read that comment. When it comes to personal favorite, I don't know. Sorry, I love Zootopia. What can I say? There's just a lot. Yeah, film being extremely subjective. I know, which is weird because the majority of people loved it, but I know there are some people who hate it. I don't know. I just like the underlying themes that are in it. It's just a really fun animated adventure. Like excluding the themes and the messages, it's just a really well animated, really well written, just a really well done animated adventure, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm not embarrassed to say that I like Zootopia, even though now I'm kind of breaking into a sweat. Sloth, yeah. Oh, you know I gotta do it now. I don't know. What do you call a three-humped camel? Pregnant. Ah, ah. I'm sorry. I love that movie, man. It never gets old. I love Zootopia, but there are many better ones like The Lion King, Incredibles, Toy Story. Yeah, yeah. As I was saying, I recognize that there are other animated movies that are better than Zootopia, but when it comes to personal favorite and a film and animated films that affected me personally the most, it would be Zootopia. So next thing here, a film with your favorite score slash music, dude. These are hard. You got Jaws and Star Wars and Jurassic Park. Jaws, dun 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 dun. Like it's so great. It's so great. Uh, and then Star Wars, dun 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 dun. Dun. Jurassic Park, dun 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 dun. Dun. Oh my gosh, all by John Williams, by the way. Sorry, I ran my throat a little dry with that. Man, there's a lot of movies that have really great scores, and it looks like we are going to go up to 2 hours here. I don't know. I can't choose a favorite, man. Nightmare on Elm Street is great too. The dun 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 dun. Psycho, the dun 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 dun. There's just a lot of great stuff. Iron Man or Once Upon a Time in the West, Jurassic Park, amazing score. Yeah, I've heard the score for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and it is fantastic. All right, a film with a great ending. By great ending, would that mean like a film that like on a filmmaking level was a great ending? Because on a filmmaking level, the end of A Star Is Born, which I haven't seen the new one, but the original from the 30s, extremely sad and tragic ending, but it is a great ending thematically. But I'm gonna go with man, dude, this is hard. The Godfather, haven't seen it. Uh, The Shallow still doesn't get enough credit. The way it ended with spoilers, I guess, not really. Fast forward a year later, and she has the scar on her leg, and she's running into the water, teaching her little sister how to surf and things like that. 1 year after that trauma, Joker, dude, the ending to Joker, that final shot of him walking down the hallway with like the light getting gradually brighter, and That's Life playing. I gotta do an impression of Joaquin's Joker now, don't I? I should have done an impression of Heath in my tribute to him. Let's do both. Sixth Sense and Unbreakable. Sixth Sense, one of the most famous twists of all time, and Unbreakable, just a really emotionally fulfilling ending. There's like two endings to Joker for me though. When he's running down the hallway walking down the hallway with the That's Life playing, but then when he's on top of the car and that amazing score, that's another score. Hildur Guðnadóttir's score for Joker, there's a reason it won the Oscar. It was incredible. It was so good. When he's on the car and he takes the fingers and does the bloody smile, he goes, and then the music is like he goes. And then the music is just like dun 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 dun. Man, I had to continue. I'm sorry, I love that score so much. It's just so amazing. It really captures the theme of that movie. Sorry. Maybe I have coronavirus. No, I'm just kidding. Whoopsie. Oh, you guys can also ask me about anything in my background. I forgot to add that earlier. You can choose anything you see in this space right here that you want me to talk about. All right, let's go to the next question. The scariest film you have seen? I don't know. I wanted to say Insidious, but there are films that have scared me more. Like The Conjuring was really scary, which is a horror movie where nobody dies. A lot of people don't think about that. Get Out was terrifying. I don't know. The Silence of the Lambs, terrifying. That scene where Hannibal Lecter attacks the guards and he like bites off that part of the man's face, dude. And then the people come in later and the man's like hanging up there with the American flag behind him and his stomach is just hanging open. It's like, ugh, terrifying stuff, man. Terrifying. The funniest film you have seen, my friend, Get Smart, which unfortunately I don't own the Blu-ray yet, but Get Smart is one of the funniest movies that I have ever seen. It doesn't get enough credit. It's so underrated. I love Get Smart. I love it. I love it. The weirdest film you have seen, Swiss Army Man. I didn't even have to think about that. Swiss Army Man, I think, is a great movie. I'm still kind of dwelling on it. A very weird movie, though. Definitely not for someone who prefers a straightforward thing, I guess. I'll leave it at that. Your favorite short film, Notes from Melanie. That should be obvious. Your favorite documentary. Like singular documentary or a docu-series? Because there's this new documentary series on Netflix called The Movies That Made Us that I've been watching, and I love that, so I think I'm going to go with that. As far as like a feature documentary, though, probably Free Solo. About that guy climbing that mountain. It won best documentary feature. A film you can recite in your sleep. Wait, so like a movie that I know like line for line, beat for beat? Oh, there's actually a lot. Let me think. Jaws. Hoopa. Hoopa, tied on Hoopa. Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. Joker's final scenes. Yeah. I know them by heart, man. Oh, I was gonna do a scene from Joker. Oh, okay, let's do this. You don't listen, do you? You just keep asking the same questions every week. How's your job? Are you having any negative thoughts? All I have are negative thoughts. But you don't listen anyway. I said, for my whole life, I didn't know if I even really existed. But I do. And people are starting to notice. There you go. That was a little taste of my acting, I guess. I'm much better with like much more like energetic stuff. Like I did a scene in my theater class because I had to perform a scene from any movie. And I did the scene from John Wick where he's explaining why he's out for revenge. And my teacher actually said that it was really good. So I don't know how that was because it's a very mellow scene. But, you know, that there you go. I gave you not really an impression because I can't really do the voice. But I know the lines. A film you hate. Huh. Okay, I wanted to say Batman and Robin because I hate that movie, but I will rewatch it just because of how hilariously bad it is. Like, it's one of those so bad it's good things, kind of like Sharknado. But a film that I just hate, like a film that's just bad, that I just hate. I don't know. It's hard to choose. Because believe it or not, there aren't many films that I downright hate. Like, I'm just not that... I don't know. Zombies. Oh my gosh. Do you know that Netflix... not Netflix, that Disney musical Zombies? Dude, what the heck? I guess the production design was good, but oh my goodness. That was unbearable to sit through, but I sat through it, and I took it like a man. Mostly. Gosh, I hated that movie. Batman Forever because Batman and Robin is funny. Yeah, I don't despise Batman Forever, but it is definitely a bad movie. Don't get me wrong. The second Indiana Jones, I hate it. Uh, uh okay. Okay. I hate Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I don't hate the second one. That's Temple of Doom. I don't hate Temple of Doom. Hey man, it's your opinion, and I understand why people hate it. No. Temple wasn't the best, but I didn't think it was bad. There are things that I like about it. That woman though, um, what was her name in Temple of Doom? I don't know, but she was so annoying, man. I wanted her to die. I wanted her to die. I was like, please just die right now. Why are you ripping out that random dude's heart? Rip out her heart. Throw her into the pit of lava. I don't want this. Ugh. Man, I hate it. I hated her. Temple of Doom was so annoying because of the little kid and the girl. Yeah, dude. I kind of liked the little kid. What was it? Short Round? That's what they call him. It's kind of like that one scene where he's like, "You call him Dr. Jones." It's great. I like that. Yeah, I don't hate Temple of Doom. I enjoy it. It's not the best, but I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. You call him Dr. Jones. Yeah, I love that line so much. And even beforehand, before he yells it, he's like, "You call him Dr. Jones, doll." I was like, yeah, you tell her. You tell that annoying lady. I sound like very like anti feminist right now. No, it's just I really hate that character in that movie. I love strong female characters. She was anything but. All right, last one here, number 30. A film you love. Dude, where do I start? Where do I start? Do you know how many movies there are that I love? Ugh. Man. Dude, I'm not even going to name any because it's obvious. Okay, yeah, I'm going to name a lot. Jaws, Duel, Jurassic Park, Aliens, La La Land, Super 8, Zootopia, Unbreakable, The Dark Knight. There's just so many, man. So many. I don't know what that was. All right, we got about Goodfellas, because it's my favorite. Haven't seen Goodfellas yet. That is another Scorsese mob film, and after seeing The Irishman, I'm really excited to see some of his older work with the mob genre. Yeah, so we have about 7.5 minutes left now. So we're gonna have some wrapping up conversations. Let's not spark another really long discussion because I really don't want to go past the 2-hour mark. But just send in anything you're really curious to know. Anything at all. Just why am I still dwelling on that? Yeah, I'm glad that I shocked you with Zootopia when, like, my favorite anime movie, and I said Zootopia. I'm glad I shocked you with it. I love the element of surprise, and I will do a video on it explaining why I love it so much, and maybe that'll justify a little more. Great stream, man. Keep it up. Thank you, man. I've been wanting to do live streams for quite a while. How's the image quality? Because I know the microphone has I know the microphone is like really good quality, but how's the image quality? Because I'm using just the built-in camera on my Mac, so let me know how that looks. To me, looking at it, it looks pretty good. But how about you guys can tell me, and also send in any last-minute questions you have, anything you want to know about me. I will answer anything, and I do mean that. I mean that. It doesn't matter what it is, I will answer it. You seem like a guy who's interesting to have film conversations, and the quality is great so far. Just a couple buffers, nothing big. Great. That's great to hear, and thank you, man. Seeming like a guy who loves to have film conversations, I really do. I love talking about movies. I could talk about movies for the rest of my life, honestly. So passionate about it, and I think you mentioned before that you're an aspiring director. As am I, dude. And I'm really part of the reason why I started this channel is because I kind of want to get my name out there. And then when I started attending a university, which I'm not USC right away, by the way. Most people be like that's where you need to go. But there's this great campus down in Florida called Full Sail that from day one you get hands-on experience with state-of-the-art filmmaking technology. They have a lot of alumni. They're associated with Marvel and Lionsgate, like just a ton of stuff. Hey, buddy. What are you doing? Oh, Grandpa Rick. Yo, man, what's up? You came in towards the end of the stream. I only got like a few minutes left, but hey, man, thanks for joining. That's great. Yeah, so basically what we were doing, oh, one second, another comment here. I mean, as far as schools go, I'm not sure, but I'm really good academically, as I hope I get to go someplace great. Yeah, man, I do eventually want to attend USC, and you got to score at least a 32 on the ACT for that. I don't know if you do the SAT or the ACT. Where I am, it's the ACT. But Full Sail, I just want to get to it, man. Like Full Sail will allow me to do that. It'll allow me to, from day one, get hands-on experience making films, and just the type of person I am. I'm a very hands-on learner. And I also am very good academically. With the whole quarantine and the school posting digital assignments, I've completed all of them, and I did really well. Not to brag or anything. I'm bragging. I get my bragging rights, man. I'm good in school. That's not to say that I've never made a bad grade. I made some bad grades. But yeah, so I'm working hard. Like, and again, I don't want to brag, but I really am working my butt off, man. I'm trying to do good in school. I'm trying to give you guys the best content I can with what I have. Yeah, so let's see. We got about 3 minutes left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hour and 57 minutes in. We got 3 minutes left until the 2-hour mark. So yeah, I do eventually want to go to someplace great. And I will. But depending on what happens at Full Sail, I might not go to USC, and that's great because, and that's completely fine. You don't have to do the cliche thing that everyone else thinks you should do. You know, Full Sail, they just have so many relations with great companies and things like that, and they kind of exercise the Blumhouse formula, where they take kind of a new director, give him $1 million, like a low budget, and give him a simple horror movie. They did that with Mike Flanagan with Hush, and that was great. They did it with Oculus, and that was great. Yeah, now Blumhouse has made some terrible movies, like Truth or Dare. That movie was so bad. That is a movie I hate. The question before, when the question was a movie that I hate Truth or Dare. I don't even think it's like so bad that it's funny. I just hate it. I downright hate it. It is a sin to the film community, and it should have never been made. It should have never been made. It shouldn't exist. I hate it with the burning passion. The characters sucked. The story sucked. It was so dumb. They made up random rules about Truth or Dare that didn't even previously exist in our world. And then then at the end, the girl dooms the entire rest of the world by posting a video that if you watch, you die. It's like, it's so dumb. There's my little rant. I was actually getting legitimately mad there. Sorry, you can probably tell I got a little red. USC isn't necessary, just some place that can get you known and out there in some film festivals. Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad school. It's ranked still statistically #1 film school, but Full Sail is more my tempo. I'm a hands-on learner, a visual learner, things like that. I'm not one of those kids, and I'm not saying that I do bad in my classes that are like this, but the classes where you walk in and it's just like, good morning, students. Open your textbooks to page 526 and take notes. Your test will be Friday. I hate things like that because that's not like a memorable learning experience. It's like, we need to learn this stuff so we know it for the future, but when you teach it like that, I'm not going to remember anything after the test. I'll do good on the test, and then after that, it's all scrapped. But yeah, we got about 1 second. 30 seconds left here. I might look into the Florida one. It seems interesting, and there's stuff in NYC as well. New York Film Academy is really good. The one in Florida is called Full Sail. Now I'm going to have Full Sail University. Full Sail University. I don't want to mispronounce it. But yeah, we're about to hit the 2-hour mark. Thanks so much for watching this stream, guys. I'm glad it did really well. I didn't expect as many people to watch it as are, and definitely hit the like button because it really helps with that YouTube algorithm. It'll boost my channel popularity. Yeah, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Look for, and again, this is going to be every Saturday. I'm going to do a Xaybeast live show every Saturday. This was episode 1. Let me know what you thought. This is going to automatically upload after I end it, so you can just comment and then let me know, and I'll get the feedback. Also, send me some questions and maybe send me some topics that you want me to talk about in the next one. But I am going overtime here. Thanks so much for watching, guys. It really does mean a lot. I'll see you in the next video. And until then, keep writing, keep shooting, and keep editing. And it's still streaming. And please